burning more natural gas or propane every day than you otherwise would if you had a newer, more efficient furnace. And you may also be taking some safety risks. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, I'd love to get a new furnace, but I'm not sure I can afford that right now, especially with the holidays coming up. And so L&L wants to remind you of their fantastic offer, 60 months, no interest with approved credit. That's right. Take 5 years to pay off whatever you buy from L&L and pay no interest during that entire time with approved credit. I want you to learn more at bestdenverhvac.com. All right, with no further ado, live right here on Talk Radio 630 KO and also on Facebook Live and YouTube live streaming, I am joined in studio by John Heffron, one of the funniest dudes around. And I'll just tell you right now, he's at Comedy Works South at the Landmark tonight's Thursday, right? 7:30, and then Friday and Saturday, 7:15 and 9:45. And you better go get your tickets before they sell out, because John is a funny. Well, I can't say on the radio what the next thing I was going to say. Hey, thanks for coming back, dude.
Funny fellow.
A funny fellow.
I guess that's what people say. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
So we're on Facebook Live. We're on, now I'm worried. When did that start, by the way? Yeah, it's kind of weird with radio, right? You got into radio to wake up early. I know that's why you did it. And the cool thing about being on radio is nobody kind of sees what you look like. So you can roll in looking any way you are.
Yeah.
But now, because it's 2018,
yeah,
now it's all video, and now that's a thing.
I bet you weren't expecting when you were coming in today.
Everybody does it now.
People
like
see
at some point, you do radio, and there's literally like court sketches. You know, people are sketching you now and all that type of stuff. But it's great. I love coming to Denver. I'm here a lot. Play Comedy Works a lot. It's not as cold as last time I was here.
How cold was it as a Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah, no, it was freezing. But I was in L.A. Where I tend to be every once in a while, and I went to this spa where they offered me it was called a cryo facial, where for $60 for 10 minutes, because they go, and people can only handle this for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's why we only do it for 10 minutes. They blow cold air on your face that is like -5 degrees, and technically it's supposed to give you more collagen. You're supposed to, your wrinkles are supposed to go away. And I was like, you know what? I grew up in Detroit. We also called that facial waiting for the bus when you're in elementary school. Right?
Right.
And I got to tell you, people could handle it for more than 10 minutes. Because I remember, being 9, walking to the bus on a snow day, which there wasn't school, but your parents didn't care, because there wasn't like a phone tree or no one texted anybody back then. And you'd walk to that, house, and I remember like sticking my face towards the closed garage door like a penguin, trying to guess where the wind was smacking you in the back. And if that's the case, everybody who's around cold weather like this, we should all look 20 years younger than we do. So I'm gonna call BS on their cold facial.
And step outside and save $60. I get, well, you're in California. You can't step outside and get the cold facial.
No. And where I live, you get the hot facial.
Was it worth it? Would you do it again?
Getting the facial?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. It felt good on your scalp. When they kind of they spray the cold on your scalp. It's supposed to grow hair back too, but
I could use that.
I have a feeling it's all a thing. Or that, or essential oils. Is all kind of. Do you have anyone who ever tries to sell you essential oils?
In India, they did.
Oh wow! Everybody I know,
but
like everyone
here.
I know,
you're in California. It's
wife
like
or sister is like essential oils. Oh, you sweat a lot. Well, you should use. And then they have a book of spells, like they're witches from Charmed, and they go, you got to put oregano, then orange, and I'm like, no, I need a liquid aluminum. That's what actually stops you from sweating. And then they're like, well, that has cancer and there's toxins in it. I'm like, yeah, I'm almost 50. At this point in my life, I'm going to outrun the side effects of almost anything. That's what's awesome about getting older, is I make decisions based upon my age, where I'll go, what is that, a 30-year mortgage? Yeah, I'll sign up for that. That sounds perfect. I'll
only pay back half the house that way.
Yeah, I'll totally pay that off by the time. Boy, when I'm 80, I'm really going to be making a lot of money. So,
for those of you who weren't watching on YouTube or Facebook just then, when John's talking about the essential oils, he's putting his hand up under his arm. Right now, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be like picturing you putting oregano in your armpit.
I made a mistake. I used essential oils once of peppermint. Like peppermint was supposed to wake you up. and you're supposed to put it, I don't know, under your ear or something, but I didn't listen, so I put it on my temples. This is peppermint.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever been maced, but it literally felt the same. So, but that's the thing. But that's the thing is like, so I'm turning 50.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to be that, that old guy that complains about the younger generation. I think you can get in the habit of going, boy, problem with millennials today.
Yeah. In
my case for them is there's no problem with them. They're doing the same stuff we did. We just did it in a members only's jacket. Do you know what I mean? Like you can tell you're getting old and crotchety if you start complaining. Well, yes, you did. You did. Your memory is off. Like, well, our faces weren't in phones. Obviously not. But your face was in stuff. I remember when I was a kid, my face was in this thing. It held water. It had rings that floated, and you'd pump it to try to get the rings to land on.
I love that thing.
I mean, my face was in that. I wasn't talking to my parents, or I had the Rubik's Cube. I was working. I'm sure there was some kid in the 1800s that had a cup with a string, and that string had a ball on it, and was trying to, all the games they sell at Cracker Barrel. And some guy from the 1800s like, we never had the cup and ball when I was a kid. Kids today, boo-hoo, I don't want to work in a coal mine.
I'm a couple years older than you, even though I don't look it.
Yeah, you don't, actually. What are you using, essential oils? Are you using that facial treatment? Yeah.
It's oregano.
Yeah.
It's done wonders for me. But I'm totally with you, especially on the radio and on talk radio where my audience is, a little older, not a lot of millennials, and it's really easy to fall into that kids these days trap. But like you said, we didn't have our faces in phones. We probably would have if we could have.
You would have if you could have. And I will say this, and I would see older people looking down at, talking down to younger people, like, well, here, I know more than you. You're just a kid. And that bugs me as a parent when if you have a 16-year-old kid and they have whatever problem they have, right? Somebody at school or something. Parents always look at them and go, well, that's not a big problem. Wait till you get my age. Mm-hmm. And that bugs me because, like, no, to them, whatever problem that is, that's a huge problem.
Right.
Because their ceiling in life is smaller than yours. Right? So you're not smarter than you're a 20-year-old kid if you're 48, right? You're not smarter. You've just seen more of the series. That's all. You're 28 seasons ahead of them, and you have spoilers. That's all.
That's a great way to look at it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, you've seen more, and so that means you know a little bit more, but you're not necessarily. And we just know what'll happen. Like, one day, all those condoms in the pocket turn to Tums. We know that happens in life, right? Or just, one day you wake up and you go, you know what? I don't need to be up past 10 for any reason. That's in the episodes like coming.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's just a thing that young people just don't get.
They don't get it.
Like I do shows that are like 8 and 10, and I always go, can we do like a 4 and a 6? There's no reason to be up. And then younger people always go to me, well, I don't want to get older because older people don't have fun. And if you happen to be younger and listening to this, you still have fun as an adult just because you don't stay up past 10. You just find out you can do 3 a.m. stuff at noon. That's the reframe. You can any trouble you kids find at night, some older people know where to find that same trouble during the day.
During the day.
You don't need to be in trouble and tired.
Man, I'm living your jokes, which is, I guess, why you're so funny, right? But when I was in my 20s, I owned a nightclub, right?
You did?
With some partners. Like, I had a drink with Mick Jagger. I was singing with Jimmy Buffett at my own club. It was cool. But a Friday night for me was out until whatever the law said last call was at my own bar, right? So up till now, Friday night is the night I go to bed earliest. Like, if I can be in bed by 8:45 on a Friday, I'm happy.
Yeah, and listen, younger people, I guess you'll always do drugs, but eventually you get them from your doctor, right? And then you go from wanting to stay up all weekend to going, yo, you got anything that'll knock me out? I just wanted to sleep for 3 days straight. Can I have that pill you gave me last time? I don't want to be dead, but I don't want to be alive.
I love it. All right, I wish I could keep you for the next hour, but we got to go. John Heffron is playing tonight at 7:30 at Comedy Works South at the Landmark.
7:30 is awesome.
It's an awesome time.
Yeah, that's perfect time.
And then Friday and Saturday at 7:15 and 9:45, each
Before
of which
10.
is half awesome.
Yeah.
At least it starts before 10.
Before 10.
At least it starts
Yeah.
before 10. That's right. So everybody get over to ComedyWorks.com and get your tickets before they sell out. Seriously, John is one of the funniest dudes you will ever see. I've seen him live, in addition to having him in studio. Go get your tickets. Thanks so much for being here,
Thank you for having me. I
John.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back. Oh, you know what I need to tell you about? Lightstream. Lightstream does this awesome thing for my listeners. And don't go yet, John, because I want to talk to you for a second. Lightstream does this awesome thing for my listeners, and that's this. They offer credit card consolidation loans from 6.14%, okay, when you use the auto pay feature. And that'll let you, maybe you're paying 18% on credit card, you want to borrow money around 6%, right? Save yourself 12%. When you're on $20,000 of credit card debt, it's a big, big deal. But my listeners, if you go to lightstream.com/RossK, you can get an additional interest rate discount, okay? So you go to lightstream.com/RossK, lightstream.com/RossK. Do it today. Start saving yourself big money on that credit card debt.
Subject to credit approval. Rate includes 0.5% auto pay discount. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/RossK for more information.
He really likes to talk.
There is enormous administrative
And talk.
very big problem.
And talk. No wonder he's an award-winning trial lawyer. He's Dan Kaplis. The new Kaplis and Kafer Show. Afternoons 4 to 7 on 630 KHOW.
Stock markets go up and markets go down. Are ricochet markets making you nervous? Hi, this is Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturdays at 2 p.m. on 630.